In the peaceful village of Grebo, there existed a magical drum known as the Talking Drum. This drum was not an ordinary one. It was believed to have the power to speak the wisdom of the ancestors. Long ago, the villagers carved the drum from a sacred tree deep in the forest. They decorated it with beautiful designs, telling stories of the past. The talking drum only spoke to those with pure hearts, sharing its ancient secrets and guiding the people of Gboh. For many years, an elder named Yako was the keeper of the talking drum. He was wise and kind, known for his deep understanding of the drum's messages. Elder Yako took care of the drum, keeping it safe and making sure its wisdom was passed down correctly. However, Elder Yako grew old, and as time went by, he became weaker. The village began to worry about who would be the next keeper of the talking drum, as no one had yet been chosen by the drum. In this village lived a young girl named Kema. Kema was an orphan. Her parents had passed away when she was very young. The village elders had raised her, and she grew up surrounded by the love and care of the community. Kema was curious and eager to learn, always asking questions about the village's stories and traditions. She often wondered about the talking drum and its mysteries. One day, Elder Yako called for a gathering in the village square. It was time to find the next keeper of the talking drum. The villagers gathered around, and Yako spoke with a voice full of warmth, though weakened by age. He explained that the drum would choose its keeper, someone pure of heart, wise and brave. Kema felt a strange feeling inside her, like a gentle pull toward the drum. She didn't know why, but she felt a strong connection to it. As the villagers lined up to approach the drum, Kema hesitated. She wasn't sure if she was worthy, or if the drum would speak to her, but something deep inside her urged her to try. When her turn came, Kema stepped forward, her heart beating fast. She reached out her hands, trembling slightly, and touched the drum. As Kema's fingers brushed against the drum, a gentle hum filled the air. The drum began to vibrate softly, a sign that it had recognized her touch. The villagers watched in awe as the drum seemed to come to life. Elder Yako smiled and explained that Kema had been chosen for the trial of worthiness. This trial would test her courage, wisdom, and purity of heart. She would have to journey into the mystical forest, facing challenges set by the spirits that protected the drum. Kema felt a mixture of excitement and fear. The mystical forest was known for its beauty and dangers. Legends told of spirits, both kind and mischievous, that lived among the trees. These spirits could create illusions and tests for those who entered their realm. Kema knew she had to be brave and true to herself to pass the trial. The next morning, with the villagers' blessings, Kema set out on her journey. She walked into the forest, the dense foliage casting dappled shadows on the ground. As she ventured deeper, the air grew cooler, and the sounds of the village faded away. The forest felt alive, whispering with the voices of unseen beings. Kema's first challenge came when she stumbled upon a clearing filled with beautiful flowers. As she approached, the flowers began to sing, creating a soothing melody. The flowers' song made Kema feel sleepy, and she wanted to lie down and rest. But she remembered the stories of the village elders about illusions in the forest. She pinched herself, fighting the drowsiness, and kept walking. The flowers' song faded, and Kema knew she had passed the first test of wisdom. As she continued her journey, Kema encountered many illusions designed to trick her. At one point, she saw a vision of her parents, standing with open arms. Tears welled up in her eyes as she ran toward them, but something inside her hesitated. She stopped just in time, remembering that the spirits could create illusions to test her. Kema took a deep breath, closed her eyes, and when she opened them, the vision was gone. It was another test of her wisdom and heart. In another part of the forest, Kema came across a small bird trapped in a thorn bush. The bird was struggling, its tiny wings flapping helplessly. Kema's heart ached for the creature, and she carefully approached, speaking softly to calm it. She gently freed the bird from the thorns, and it flew away, chirping a thank you. Unknown to Kema, the bird was a spirit in disguise, testing her kindness and compassion. As the day turned to dusk, Kema felt tired but hopeful. She had faced many challenges and had not given up. She believed in her heart and the guidance of the ancestors. The forest seemed to respond to her sincerity, the path before her becoming clearer. She finally reached a peaceful glade where a gentle stream flowed. She knelt by the water, washing her face and taking a moment to rest. While Kema was on her journey back in the village, a young man named Duru was growing jealous. Duru had always wanted to be the keeper of the talking drum, not for its wisdom, but for the power and respect it would bring. He couldn't believe that a simple girl like Kema could be chosen for such an important role. Driven by jealousy and ambition, Duru began to spread rumors about Kema. He told the villagers that Kema was unworthy and that she sought to use the drum's power for her gain. Duru's words sowed doubt among some villagers. He even went as far as to set traps in the forest, hoping to discredit Kema by making her fail the trial. He believed that if Kema was found unworthy, he would have a chance to take the drum for himself. The village was divided, some trusting Kema's purity, others swayed by Duru's deceitful words. As the moon rose high in the sky, Kema returned to the village. She felt a sense of accomplishment, having faced the forest's challenges. But as she entered the village square, she was met with suspicious glares and murmurs. Duru stood in the center, his arms crossed, a smug look on his face. He accused Kema of failing the trial and of trying to deceive the village. Kema was shocked and confused. She tried to explain her journey, but Duru's accusations seemed to carry weight. Just as the tension reached its peak, a powerful sound echoed through the village. The talking drum, which had been silent, began to resonate with a deep, rhythmic beat. The villagers fell silent, turning towards the drum in awe. The drum's beats grew louder and more complex, forming a melody that seemed to speak directly to the hearts of the villagers. The drum spoke of truth and justice, revealing the pure intentions of Kema's heart and the treachery of Duru. It told the story of Kema's trials in the forest, her kindness, her wisdom, and her bravery. The drum's voice was clear and undeniable. As the drum finished speaking, the villagers looked at Kema with newfound respect and admiration. They turned to Duru, who was now pale and trembling. The drum had exposed his lies and jealousy. Duru, ashamed and humiliated, could not meet the eyes of the villagers. He had failed, and the drum had made it clear who the true keeper should be. A new dawn. The village elders stepped forward and placed their hands on Kema's shoulders, honoring her as the rightful keeper of the talking drum. Kema felt a mix of emotions, relief, pride, and a deep sense of responsibility. She knew that being the keeper of the drum was not just about the honor. It was about serving the village and preserving the wisdom of the ancestors. The villagers celebrated Kema's courage and the drum's powerful message. They danced and sang, rejoicing in the knowledge that the drum's wisdom would continue to guide them. Kema, holding the drum close, vowed to protect it and listen to its teachings. She understood that the drum's power was not just in its ability to speak, but in the truths it revealed and the unity it brought to the village. As the night wore on, the celebration continued. The villagers shared stories and laughter, their hearts light with joy. Kema felt a deep connection to the talking drum in the village. She knew that her journey was just beginning, and she was ready to face the challenges and responsibilities that came with being the drum's keeper. From that day forward, Kema was known as the guardian of the talking drum. She listened to the drum's messages, sharing its wisdom with the villagers, and ensuring that the traditions of Gboh were kept alive. The drum became a symbol of truth and justice, reminding the villagers of the importance of purity of heart and the power of honesty. As for Duru, he left the village, unable to face the shame of his actions. The villagers forgave him, but he chose to seek redemption elsewhere. Kema's story became a legend in Grebo, a tale passed down through generations, teaching children the values of courage, kindness, and the power of truth. And so, the talking drum of Gboh continued to speak, not just in words, but in the actions and lives of the villagers. It became a beacon of light, guiding the people of Gboh through good times and bad, ensuring that the voices of the ancestors would always be heard.